I lit off my chariot as the morning breeze of mint and sagebrush blew through the fair maiden's hair, wearing a white dress. She said she'd been in the tower for 35 years. Oh, she went home at night and then came back in the morning. I was eager to enter the tower, to keep the castle 450 feet long, 3 stories high, solid concrete, stacks going way up into the sky. It's the first nuclear facility I had been inside, or would be going inside. I was 21 years old. This was T-Plant, the world's first plutonium chemical separation facility ever built, that was fed by the B reactor. My chariot left. There was another apprentice inside who I rode out with. He had traveled afar to come here to work on the world's largest nuclear cleanup site. When the Soviet Union collapsed, Hanford's production had just come to a screeching halt. Purex, the plutonium-uranium extraction plant, which was near where I worked this previous summer, had just halted right in mid-batch. Major layoffs. Several years earlier, as production just came to a screeching halt. But they knew that cleanup would take many decades. Now that cleanup was starting. I stepped through one of the many small doors on the far right side of the facility and called Paul, my boss. He came downstairs to get me. In his office, it was evident that he thought that I was completely new to Hanford. And I informed him that I had been here the summer before and the winter before that. So he was a bit relieved that he didn't have to go through the whole spiel. And I gave him some of the drawings that I had done before, although, well, he wouldn't need any drawings here. But here's where he was able to tell me the bit that I did not know. Was back when Hanford was Department of Defense, a Cold War project. They had the run of the place. They really didn't know what the chemicals were, the effects that they would have, especially if they were mixed and they were just dumping them out in the desert, and many times without basic precautions, you know, such as concrete linings, and oftentimes they weren't marked or documented or signs, any of that. And the few environmental regulators that were around back in those days didn't have jurisdiction over military projects. And then when the Department of Energy inherited this mess, here we go.